G'day everyone. Thought I'd talk to you today about something which I think is the biggest waste of money that any photographer can do, and that's buying presets. Now, unfortunately, you're seeing them all the time listed on YouTube. I mean, some photographers, for some reason, are just posting it every single day, and you're getting emails and everything else, and it does my head in a little bit, actually. I've made the mistake before, too, of buying presets. And after I've installed them, I've never used them. Now, there's reasons why, and I'm going to go through the reasons why. Because the presets that you buy are based on their original image, that they've created this image, then they've played around with the controls, and I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. They've played around with the controls to suit that image, and then they save that as a preset. So unless your image looked exactly the same as that image, it wouldn't look anything like what they're showing on YouTube, like when they show the before and after. And this is the thing that you've got to understand, that the way that a lot of them are promoting them is that it almost makes it like you're going to shoot exactly the same as them or look the same as them, and that's not what's going to happen, because like I've said to you, it's all image based, so it depends on what your starting image is. It's certainly not going to make you a better photographer. In fact, I think you're far better off to spend the money that you would spend on presets and put that towards going to another workshop. And presets are incredibly easy to make, and what you've got to understand is that they've only just played around with the controls like I'm going to show you in a minute, and then basically they've then saved it as a preset, and they're making it seem like it's this amazing thing, and it's not. And well, I'll show you what I mean anyway. So let me go over to this image. So this image, I'll just bring this back so it's totally raw. So as you can see, let me just move me out of here so that I'm not going to be in the way. Let me move it to there. All right, so basically what's happening here is that this image here that you're looking at was a wedding I shot recently. I wanted the beautiful hair. She had beautiful hair, and I wanted her to be backlit. So I did do later ones that you can see here. I've started to apply flash, and you can see here that I've actually started to apply flash in these ones. But I wanted to show you this one particularly because this was straight out of camera without flash. And I just wanted to show you how I would sort of manipulate this, and then we'll save a preset, and I'll show you exactly how it's done. So what often you see in these presets is you'll see that they'll have a starter preset. And what that might mean is that they'll shoot the same way like I often do. I often do underexpose, and then I'll make a preset at the beginning or something like that. Every shot will have similar controls. So I might start off by basically coming into here and then lifting the exposure up. Now, I'm just going to bring the exposure up a little bit to get the face in, and then I'm going to drop the highlights a bit just to make sure that I'm not blowing any highlights. I am blowing a little bit there, as you can see, which is in red. The rest of it, though, is nice. I might want to just raise the shadows a little bit too to get some detail in the hair, that you can see how I've pulled that out as well. And then I'm quite happy with that as a base exposure. Now, what I would then do is, all I have to do is I go over to my preset. You'll notice over here that there's a little plus on the preset side. You click onto that and you'll get this dialog box that comes up. Now then you'll see everything that is in your palettes on the right hand side down here is listed here. So you can just leave everything on and it will just grab everything as it is, or you can tick things off if you want to. Now all I then have to do is click under here, this user preset, and then put base exposure or something. Or you might call it starter or something like that, because you know that's the preset that you're going to use all the time to bring everything up. And then basically it just goes under my presets. I just say create, and it's created under presets. Now then I might say, well, look, I want to make this look something like it's in golden hour. So I'm going to grab the white balance and I'm going to pull the white balance up, and you can see now it's starting to make a, I mean, you can go right up, but I'm going to make it look like it's in golden hour. And again, you can sort of see there that I could then call that one if I wanted to. Just click in here and then call this one golden hour. And then again, that would come under user presets. And this is what they're doing, guys. This is how easy this actually is. You know, I may want to say add sharpness, clarity in. I'll just bring this up again so it's a bit warmer. And I might just increase the exposure a little bit. then basically what you might find is, you know, they may lift the vibrance up and then they'd create that as a preset. You might find that they go down to these sections and then they'll start to manipulate the greens. You could see that could be plus greens, or you might call it some other name that they've come through. If you wanted to take greens out, you can even take greens out. I mean, there's millions of things that you can actually do with this. You can play around with split tonings. You're going to have to learn Lightroom, obviously. You know, and if you wanted to, you could even say come through and turn the saturation down to 0 and then put that as black and white or whatever you're going to call it. Now, this is simply all they're doing when they're creating these presets. And like I said, you're seeing more and more of it now out on YouTube, and it starts to do my head in because all I'm getting is emails, obviously YouTube notifications, and everything else about these presets, when really all it is just simply playing around with all of these controls. And that's what they've done. They've just played around with the controls and saved these presets. And then they're charging you some money for that. Now, I'm not saying it's unethical what they're doing, but what I'm saying to you is that you don't need to pay this money. It's not going to make you shoot like they do. If I produce a bunch of presets for you, it's not going to make you shoot like me. And that's often what these people are telling you is going to happen. And that's what you've got to understand, that it won't, because the presets are based on how they shoot. And this is the main thing that I want you to understand. You're far better off to learn Lightroom properly and create your own presets to suit the way that you shoot, or use that money that you'd be spending towards going to a workshop which can make you a better photographer. And I know this is going to upset a lot of photographers that are out there trying to make money from presets. I'm here, I don't care about that. I'm here for you guys, and I just want you to know the truth of how easy this actually is. And I'd love you to be able to create your own, save some money, and not be sucked in basically to go out and buy these presets that isn't going to make your work look anything like what those presets are, because that's all they've done is what I just took you through a minute ago. So let me know in the comment box down below what you think about that. I'd love to know what you guys think, and I'll see you all again soon for the next video. Bye for now.